Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Nickelodeon Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Samurai Turtles. That's right, along with all of those repaints that are hitting store shelves right now, we are getting some brand new figures as well. And one of the most anticipated for me is the batch containing Usagi Yojimbo and the Samurai Turtles variants. So today we're going to take a look at the Samurais, but only the ones that are in stores, because as you can see here, I've got Mikey, Leo, and Raph. Donnie is missing, and that's because for some reason, Donnie is not shipping yet. Now, I have confirmed that Donatello is coming out, he's just for some reason not in this particular wave. But even if you look at the back of the boxes here, they're doing that thing where you only see the figures in this particular Samurai lineup, which includes Usagi, he is in stores right now, and Donnie, who should be coming out in the next wave. So a bit of a bummer that we don't have Donnie for this particular video, but when he does hit store shelves, I'll definitely follow up and check him out as well. So you can see the three figures come on those new blister cards with the Tales of the TMNT logo, but we also get a really cool new image at the top featuring Usagi Yojimbo and the four turtles in their samurai gear. And the blister bubbles fully showcase the figures within, and we even have an image down on the bottom there that shows the figures wearing their very cool samurai helmets and masks. So let's go ahead and get these guys taken out of their boxes and get a closer look at the figures. Alright, so we've got our three new Samurai Turtles outside of the packaging. We got Leo, we got Raph, and we've got Mikey. And I like these a lot already, I can tell you, because there's a lot of really fun things going on with these three particular figures, including lots of great accessories. But let's start with the overall sculpt and look of these guys. So one thing I'm going to do right off the bat is I'm going to show you guys the helmets. They're removable. They were off in the package, so you probably already realized that. But yes, you can pop the helmets off these guys, and I think that is a really great feature, having that as a removable piece. Now, the thing that I noticed right away when I opened these, something I didn't realize when they were in the package, is it looks like all of the turtles share the exact same body. The sculpt of the armor on all three turtles is exactly the same. What this really does is it makes all of the turtles the exact same height. Something that has not been common in this line. In the Nick Turtles line, they've actually been really good about making all four turtles slightly different heights from one another because that's how they appear in the cartoon series. But this particular wave all utilizes that exact same body type, and thus they are all the exact same height. Not a complete deal breaker, but it is a bit of a bummer since they've been so much more accurate with all of the other versions we've really seen. Now that doesn't mean that they're exactly the same all the way around, because you can see that they do each have their own unique head sculpts. And they do seem to be very similar to what we've seen in the past. They do have bandanas that are laying down a little bit more flat than we usually see, and this is good, of course, because that way you can put on their samurai helmets and the bandanas don't get in the way of those helmets whatsoever. Speaking of those helmets, the helmet designs themselves seem to be the same, with the exception of the little antler type pieces that are sticking off the tops of the helmet. You can see all three turtles do have their own unique little piece on top of the helmet that also matches their unique color, and I do appreciate that little detail. I'm glad that the helmets are slightly different from one another so that they're not just completely identical when fully in their samurai garb. Now, as far as the overall look goes, even though the bodies are shared between them, the sculpting is still really great on these. The samurai armor looks awesome, and I love all of the little intricate details that are worked into the armor bits there. You can see great design deco molded into the front armor, the armor seen on the wrists and the shoulders there. And I even love how their turtle shells look like they're kind of like wrapped up. It's pretty neat. You can see they're wearing something over their shells there to help protect them. They are wearing like little sandals over their turtle feet. They've got shin armor there. And overall, the figures look really nicely painted. There's a great variety there featuring their signature colors. So, of course, Leo's got lots of blues seen in the shoulder armor, the belt, the knee pads. You know, Mikey's got that bright orange and Raph's got that bright red. But the actual samurai armor has this really great mixture of have gray, sort of like a gunmetal, and even a brighter silver. You can see all of the lines on the front of the armor are highlighted with a nice bright kind of metallic silver. The gauntlets on the hands and everything are kind of like a gunmetal, same with what's on the shins there. And the wrists have that same bright silver that's used to highlight the bits on the armor there. So there's actually quite a bit of really good paint deco here that really brings out the sculpt. The paint job is awesome on these, with the only place that's really missing some painted detail is sort of the backs of the feet. But you can see even the soles of the shoes are painted, so that's pretty nice. So overall, I think they look great. They're sharing bodies, but the paint deco is pretty nice on these, and the overall sculpt is very well done. So, before we talk about the rest of the accessories, why don't we go ahead and talk about the articulation. Since they are all the exact same figure, the articulation is shared on them. The heads are slightly ball jointed. They can look left and right really good. They can only move up and down slightly, but it's about the same as what we typically see on Turtles figures. You got the joints at the shoulders there, so the arms can go forwards, backwards, they can bend around there. We've got swivels at the elbow, a bend at the elbow, and a swivel at the wrist there. There's nothing in the torso there, but they do have the hinge-like joints at the thighs, the hinge-like ball joints. The lower portion of the armor is going to hinder the movement of the legs just a little bit, but not too bad. You can see it's actually pretty pliable, and it moves around, which is really nice. You can also swivel up there at the hips, you can swivel at the knees, and you can bend at the knees. Nothing else in the rest of the feet, but of course that's because of the way that the feet are sculpted. So there's actually a pretty decent amount of articulation, and the Samurai Turtles continue the trend of the Turtles having the best articulation out of all the other figures in the Nick Turtles lineup. So as far as the rest of their accessories go, of course, we talked about those helmets, which are very cool. They snap onto the heads very nicely. You can see the way they all clip on there. Each of the Turtles also come with a really cool little face mask. It's the exact same face mask for all three, but it's a really cool dragon shape. And it's done in the same bright color that matches their bandana. You can see there's little tabs on the sides of the mask. There's little notches on the inside of the helmets. So these will just clip right inside. So sometimes it helps to put them on first and then clip the helmet on. The way I've got it going here, I've got the helmet on first, and there you go. You just slide the mask right into those notches on the helmet. This is really cool. They're just solid colors, so it'd be cool if there was a little bit of extra paint deco on there. I think they were supposed to have a little bit of extra, but they still look really cool. They kind of cover their faces, give them this really neat dragon look, and I think that is a pretty cool little extra touch. In addition, of course, they all come with a set of different weapons. These are brand new weapon sculpts. They are solid colored plastic, no paint, which is pretty typical for these figures. But you can see Raphael's got some wicked looking new sais that have these little kind of like tassel pieces hanging off the bottom. Leo comes with one sword, but it's a little bit different than his usual katana. You can see it's got these crazy notches in there, which is pretty neat. It's also got a really long handle. One of the things I thought was fun, if you work around with his articulation, you can actually pull off a two-handed pose. It's a little hard to get his arms together like that, but it looks really cool when you pull off that two-handed sword pose. And then Mikey, instead of nunchucks, comes with his little handheld sickles. I always forget the proper name of these, but bear with me, guys. He's used these in the past. We've seen them with other Mikey variants. I love the little spiked, like mace ball hanging off the bottom of them. So very, very cool accessories. Alright guys, it's comparison time. Here I have the new Samurai Turtles standing alongside the original TMNT Movie 3 Turtles, which were also wearing samurai gear, and they also featured removable masks, just like the new ones. So it's pretty neat looking at these side by side. Definitely not the first time we have seen the Turtles wearing samurai armor. Now, the other one that's very common, that I have but couldn't locate for the comparison time, so I'm sorry, the Sewer Samurai Leonardo. Of course, that's a very common variant from the original line as well. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the brand new Samurai Turtles, part of the new Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lineup from Playmates Toys. All in all, I really like these. I think they are fun variants, and sure, they save some money by doing the shared body type, but I will say that at least the sculpt and the paint is really nice on these. I love the removable helmets and the masks. I only wish that I had a Donatello to pose with these right now, but hopefully he is coming out like he's supposed to, and then I can add him to the group. So these are hitting store shelves right now. I have found them at places like Target, so happy hunting, my friends. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe for more Turtles reviews. Until next time, my friends.